We're joined now by Fox 26 senior legal analyst Chris Tritico to talk about another story making national headlines, and that is the controversial body cam footage of two Harris County deputies shooting a woman multiple times in her friend's apartment. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump calling for the deputies to be held accountable. First, Chris, let's take a look at the video.
Shot fired.
Ebony Pouncey shot 5 times and survived. This was last Saturday when she and her friend got locked out of their apartment. They broke a window to get inside. A neighbor heard the breaking glass and thought it was an actual break-in and called 911. So, Chris, I want to get your take on whether this was justified. The deputies say they announced their presence when they were knocking on the door, but Ebony Pouncey claims she didn't hear them. She brought a gun to the door for protection. The deputies claim they saw that gun, and that's when they started firing those shots.
So this is to me, is just a perfect storm. The state of Texas has decided that everyone gets to have a gun. And if you're going to have everyone having a gun, the police should be trained that when you go to someone's home in the middle of the night and wake them up, it's highly likely they're going to come to the door with a gun. And that's exactly what happened here. And we should not be just unloading our weapons on someone who answers the door with a gun. The police did announce their presence, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and they probably woke this lady up. She doesn't know who's there. And so when she doesn't fire that weapon at the police, for all I could tell by the video, she didn't even pick it up. She just was holding it. That is not the time to fire. And now, the police had the right, I think, to take defensive action. But 30 shots at someone who is in a home with a lawfully owned weapon is probably over the top.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump representing this woman now, sharing a statement last night, calling for these deputies now to be held accountable. Do you think they will face any charges? What would those charges even look like?
I do not see the police being charged with a crime here. They were called out for a burglary. They were lawfully there. They announced their presence, and the lady opened the door with a weapon. And so they have every right to use force to protect themselves at that point. I do not see them being charged with a crime. I think that Ben Crump's going to file a lawsuit against the the county, and we'll see where that goes, because they also have the qualified immunity defense. And so I don't know what's going to end up happening here. They might be held accountable in civil court for civil rights violations, but I don't see a criminal indictment coming out of this.
All right, Chris Tritico, thank you so much. You're going to stick around for the 7 a.m. hour. Are you answering legal questions,
I'll be
Ben?
here.
All right. Thanks for your take on this one.